Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for attending the press conference. I'd like to thank all the media for being here today. All our Fight Club members, thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate it. Before we get this thing rolling, I'd like to call Keith Kaiser from the Nevada State Athletic Commission to come up and say a couple of words.
Thank you. On behalf of the state of Nevada and its Athletic Commission, I want to welcome everyone, especially the fighters. Got two great champions here and two other great fighters up here. What a way to start off 2009. Obviously, I have to give a lot of the credit to the MGM Grand and its people. Obviously, the UFC does a lot of big fights, but it seems whenever they have their biggest fights of the year, or I should say the season, they seem to always end up here. So a lot of thank you to the MGM and its personnel. The other day I was reading a book, and there was a quote in there from George Bernard Shaw, and it said, "All progress depends on the unreasonable man." I don't know if he was talking about you or not there, Dana, but I can tell you, when you look at this sport, you see so much criticism, and it's only outweighed by so much progress that Dana and Zuffa has made, and the athletes especially in this sport. It's great to see how much international coverage you guys get now, and the national coverage. You get top media people out here covering this sport. And I know the athletes make it worth your while. And to have, again, this card, and you look at the athletes on this card, and it just seems like they just keep topping themselves. So I want to thank everyone for being out here. And again, especially to the fighters. And thank you for coming to Nevada. And we'll see you all on Saturday night.
All right, let's jump right into this. Obviously, everybody knows how I feel about the George St. Pierre Bj Penn fight. I've been saying the whole time, you're lucky if in your lifetime you get to see 3 or 4 of these types of fights. Two guys in their prime, both hungry, both champions, and both going into a fight wanting to finish each other. The fight that has kind of gotten overshadowed by this thing, which is another amazing fight, is obviously Thiago Silva and Machida. Both guys 13-0, they're undefeated in this sport, which is very, very hard to do, to go undefeated in this sport, especially in the weight division that they're in. 205-pound division is probably the most competitive, exciting division, and always has been and probably always will be. Thiago Silva, 10 of his wins have come by knockout and 2 by submission. Since coming to the UFC, no one's made it out of the second round with this guy. Machida, definitely one of the most talented guys in mixed martial arts, taking out Rich Franklin, Stephan Bonner, Soka Ju, and Tito Ortiz. On Saturday night, one of these guys is going to be 14-0 and definitely going to be at the top of the food chain in the 205-pound division and in line for a title shot. I'll call up, ladies and gentlemen, Thiago Silva.
Olá, para mim é uma oportunidade muito grande que o UFC está me dando. Pô, eu pretendo agarrar essa oportunidade com as duas mãos. Estou aqui disposto a fazer uma boa luta. E se depender de mim, a luta não vai para decisão.
Hello. This is a great opportunity that UFC is giving me. I'm going to hang on to it with all my strength. And I'm going to make a great fight for you guys.
Obrigado pela oportunidade. Valeu.
And Machida.
Hi guys, I'm very happy to be here one more time. This fight next Saturday. I know Thiago is a tough guy, it's a tough fight, but I have confidence in my style and I know what I do in octagon. I know I give my best and I try to finish fights to knock out him. Thank you.
Obviously, there's not too much more to say about Bj Penn and George St. Pierre. We think this fight's so important. It's the first time we've ever done a show like Prime Time. We're proud of the show. We think it came off great. It just goes to show, you know, what type of people both these guys are and what an amazing fight this is going to be. And like I said, the best thing I can say about this fight is you're lucky if you can see 3 or 4 of these in your lifetime. This is Hagler Hearns. This is Hagler-Leonard. This is one of those type of fights. And I truly believe the guy that wins this fight on Saturday night walks out of there a huge superstar and is on his way to going down the history books as one of the greatest fighters to ever live. Ladies and gentlemen, the lightweight champion of the UFC, Bj Penn.
I'm here. I'm ready. Let's go.
And the welterweight champion of the UFC, George St. Pierre.
Thank you everybody for coming here. Like Dana said, this is one of those fights we're going to make history. I'm ready for it. I've never been so much excited for a fight, and can't wait. I'm ready to go. Thank you.
All right, I'll open this up to the media. Just raise your hand and they'll come with a microphone for you.
Dana, this question's for you. You've compared it to Hagler, Hearns, and all the legendary boxing bouts that have occurred in the 80s. Where do you rank this fight, though, in terms of UFC epic super fights that have happened before?
It's big. It's the first time. Obviously, if BJ can pull this fight off on Saturday night, he'll be the first guy in UFC history to hold two belts at the same time. If George St. Pierre pulls this fight off on Saturday night, he then will defend his title, and there's other options, for him that could take him to that next level too, where he could be the only guy to do something like that also.
Next question is for BJ, down here in the front row, BJ. Like Dana said, this is historic. You have the chance to hold two belts, first time ever in UFC. We know Henderson did it in Pride, but this is huge for yourself. Any comments regarding having that chance to become a two-time champion?
Holding the two belts would be very important and historic, but you could win the welterweight title from a less important opponent, and it wouldn't mean as much. So the most important thing is fighting George St. Pierre.
I'll keep going. George, this question's for you. Do you find yourself that potentially it's a no-win situation for you? You won the first fight, you're the bigger guy, you're the welterweight, and it's your title on the line?
It's not annoying at all. For me, I don't fight for that. You know, I'm champion, so my motivation is not to fight for the title, because I already has it. My motivation is to fight to beat Bj Penn. You know what I mean? I'm very glad that I'm able to fight him, because that's the kind of fight that's those great fight to make great champion. And for me right now as a champion, I want to fight the best guy in the world, and I'm glad to fight him. That's my motivation.
Hi, this is from Telemundo, George St. Pierre. Can you tell me a little bit more about your training? What did you do different this time, and how was, I saw that you were almost training at 0 degrees out there.
I didn't really did much different. I trained really hard. I've started training for this fight in September. I mean, I started thinking about Bj Penn right after my fight, when I came back in training in September, in early September. So it's been a while I've been working on for Bj Penn, and what I've done differently a little bit is I've brought a lot more guys this time than I've done in the past. A lot of guys are coming from out of town. Every week I had somebody, at least one person, at least sometimes 2, 3, who were coming to help me out since September. So it's been a long ride for me.
Thank you.